Hello, welcome to 4 Minutes of Life, and of course, I'm Frank James IV. Welcoming you to another episode where we give you 4 minutes to be positive, enjoy, but mainly to see yourself in a better light and see the situation you live in a better light. Now, let's get down to brass tacks or black tacks. People have been asking me, and have always asked me, what did you mean, or what do you mean by selling out? This is usually an African-American person asking me because I call myself black and I say they're African-American. Well, it's a fine line to insinuate the two, but selling out. It's a term I picked up back in college about somebody who bought off into the system. So in a sense, when you think of selling out in a real radical sense, any black person who bought off into the madness that we call America today, or quote unquote, use street lingo, selling their booty for $1. Now, when you look at it on a whole sense, everybody who goes to work every day or has a Social Security number or even participates, even buys groceries in the form of selling out. So is it just black people sell out, or maybe white people, Latino people sell out too? But one of the biggest problems we face as black people and African Americans who look like us is the conundrum: what do we do to survive? How do we make it? How do we keep ourselves? And the key to that is really looking in the mirror, understanding who you are. Have you sold out? Do you feel good about what you do? Are you happy with where your life is at, where your life is at now? That answer to the question is, are you going to work gritting your teeth? Do you feel like you have to grin in front of Caucasians' face or other people? Or can you simply be yourself? Now, I can only stand for me. And I understand that walking in my skin for the time I have has been an enjoyable trip. Has every day been a bed of roses? No, most of the time it's been thorns. But thorns lead to toughness that makes you be able to survive longer, as they say. And it's kind of funny because you have to tone yourself down, or at least I thought, and that was just something I just wasn't willing to do. So I went to college, then I went to work in television. I went to the streets before all that because my goal was just not to tone down who I am. But as they say, as you evolve, you get wiser. So as I learned, I didn't have to tone down who I am. I could say more radical stuff and say it with bigger words than I could if I was standing in the middle of the street cursing. So my presence, I refuse to tone that down. I'm 6'3". You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man. I'm too big to crawl. That was always my motto. So I didn't. I don't. I teach school. Hey man, I lost my voice. I still talk, but that made me listen. So now that my voice come back, I tell people exactly how I feel. Do I believe in the education system? No. Is it a tool? Yes. But what is the point? Back to selling out. When do we come to selling out? Am I going to willingly just stand there and force feed black people a bunch of lies, even Latinos, even white people? No. But I tell them up front, this is what you need to know in order for you to go out here into this madness. Now, is that selling out? It depends on how you look at it. Can I brush my teeth in the mirror and grin when I see myself? Yeah. So I'm not selling out. So when you have to ask yourself, are you selling out? You got to look at your interactions. When it comes to black people, are you selling out? To me, on a real radical point, for us to continue having kids and we're not totally free to be ourselves is madness. Because most of you are just having kids that's going to grow up and keep the perpetuating sense of mental slavery going. But we'll get off into that later. So if you want to know if you sold out, ask yourself, look in the mirror. If you enjoy selling out, if you like, as my mother would say, the cheese in your mouth, well then you happy, you fine. You haven't sold out. Maybe you didn't have nothing to sell in the first place. So once again, stay black, stay strong, stay whatever you are, because whatever you are is beautiful. There go the timer. I've got to go.